Philip walked back through the hotel bar, the clinking of glasses and murmur of conversation a dull hum against the insistent thrum of his thoughts. He was aware of the lingering glances, the subtle nods of acknowledgement from the female patrons. A woman with raven hair cascading over her shoulders and lips painted a provocative red sat perched on a stool at the bar, her eyes following him with undisguised interest. He recognized the practiced allure, the calculated invitation. She was a professional, offering a fleeting escape, a temporary connection. The thought flickered through his mind, a momentary distraction. He was a handsome man, accustomed to attention. He had never needed to pay for intimacy. But tonight the idea felt pointless, almost offensive. Julia's face was imprinted behind his eyelids, a steady reminder of the genuine connection he craved. He was looking for something real, something lasting. He had always been that way, even in his younger years when conquests were easier. He could discern early on if a woman possessed the qualities he admired, the potential for a deeper bond. He yearned for a true partner, a soulmate. He imagined himself as a golden-tailed eagle, soaring through a lifetime with one specific partner who was by his side for the rest of his life. As he passed the bar, William, the bartender, a man whose face seemed etched with the stories of countless late nights, caught his eye. "Everything all right, sir?" he asked, polishing a glass with practiced ease. "Yes, William, fine. Just women," Philip trailed off, a wry smile playing on his lips. "You know," William chuckled. "Indeed, sir. Good night to you." He continued to wipe the glasses, a knowing glint in his eye. Philip nodded and continued to the elevators, the noise of the machinery a welcome counterpoint to the chaotic thoughts swirling in his head. Once in his room, he shrugged off his elegant jacket, the weight of it feeling heavier than usual. He sat on the edge of the bed, the crisp white sheets a stark contrast to the confusion within him. He pulled out his phone and dialed Julia's number. It rang and rang, the sound echoing in the silent room. He waited, each ring a mounting wave of anxiety until the call went to voicemail. He tried again, a desperate hope clinging to each vibration. Still no answer. He hung up, the phone feeling like a lead weight in his hand. He placed it carefully on the nightstand. He walked over to the minibar, the tiny bottles lined up like soldiers on parade. He grabbed a mini bottle of whiskey, the light brown liquid swirling invitingly within. He uncapped it and took a slow sip, the burn a temporary distraction from the ache in his chest. He turned on the television, flicking through the channels before settling on CNN. He lay back on the bed, staring at the ceiling, the news a meaningless drone in the background. He didn't realize he had drifted off until he woke with a start, the harsh glare of the television screen stinging his eyes. He checked his phone. 2 hours had passed. No missed calls from Julia. A wave of disappointment washed over him. He saw one missed text from Maggie, from Brooklyn. They could meet up next week after work, she wrote, after she finished teaching yoga. He quickly replied, "Okay, I'll call you," then tossed the phone back on the nightstand. He stood and began to unbutton his shirt, the silence of the room pressing in on him. He padded into the bathroom, turning on the shower to warm. As the water began to steam, he stood at the window, looking out at the glittering cityscape of Philadelphia. The lights of the town twinkled like the beautifully shining stars. He muttered, his voice barely audible above the rush of water. "What is up with you, Julia? Where are you right now, and what are you doing?" He grabbed his phone again, his fingers hovering over the keypad. He hesitated for a moment, then began to type. "Hi, Julia. I've been calling you several times. I hope you're okay. I was with Agnes, my childhood friend who loves women, last night. There's no reason for you to be so out of control. You can trust me completely. I miss you. I'm going back to New York tomorrow afternoon after the lectures. Care. I'll call you when I'm in the city. Good night." He stared at the message before sending it, a knot of anxiety growing in him. He knew Julia's insecurities, the ghosts that haunted her. He wanted to reassure her, to erase any doubts. But even as he sent the message, a flicker of unease lingered. He couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. He stepped into the shower, the hot water cascading over him, washing away, at least temporarily, the grime and the worry. But the image of Julia, lost and alone, remained stubbornly fixed in his mind. He can't wait to get back to New York. He had to make sure she was okay.